Hello, everybody. Welcome to the TOUTTE podcast. I'm here with Ryan, who has just come back to try to change his vote. Um, how are you doing today, Ryan?
I'm doing all right. I mean, happy Taute Thursday to Bryce and happy Taute Friday to our 5 loyal subscribers that I'm sure will tune in
Five
immediately.
now? Oh yes,
Um,
we're on the rise, baby.
man, it this week has me feeling so many different emotions, Bryce.
Bad emotions. I feel bad emotions. I feel
Uh,
the emotions I feel are unpleasant. Rather, I would say.
let's just say I have the live feeds on some adorable cats playing right now, and I'm waiting for those cats to disappear and to see the HOH key around one of like two people's necks.
I do too. And if it's in not in one of those few people's hands, I'm gonna do something bad. I don't know. I'm gonna be really upset because what happened? I don't even know where to begin with this week. Like, why why do people do things sometimes? Like what is going on in these people's heads? These people are delusional, and there's some rude people. There's some fun people. This week was one of the craziest weeks I have seen. I will give it that. Um, High drama, low levels of gameplay. I don't know. What do you think of this week, Ryan?
Um, I thankfully, uh, I called with my sister after work, and thankfully was already able to get a lot of my venting off my chest. So hopefully, I'll be able to be a little more reserved during this podcast
No,
because
I want.
I hadn't been able to like actually speak out loud all of my frustrations yet, and I think the fact that that's out of the way now is going to be quite productive
Well, I
for
still
us.
haven't been able to, for what it's worth. So I'll have to get them out in your place with the two molecules of energy I have in my body today.
Um, I there's truly astounding levels of gameplay going on in the house, and by astounding, I mean like in a negative sense. Um, my only solace is finding new people to stand and support.
And it changes.
It sure does. Like a week ago, I was saying I don't understand why people are standing Ashley when like she's just like
Wake it up.
the other
Wake it up.
side's Keanu and Kelly, where they just like have awful reads and are bad at the game, and everyone's targeting them. But now I'm a certified Ashley stan, and fucking Keanu's up there too at this point. So
Ashley, I never doubted you. Let it be known. Let it be documented. I always stand you through thick and thin.
I'm gonna have to rewind the tapes to week one and see what we were saying.
I mean, we said great things about her week one.
I mean, like
Oh,
our
before
week,
week one. Well,
our week one
I
podcast where she was almost like evicted.
I didn't say nice things about her gameplay, and I still might not today, but I've always liked her. She's always she's got a good mind in there. She's just a disaster.
No,
But
thankfully I think she's the first one on the tier list, so we'll be able to talk about her soon enough.
yes. Before we get into this, there's also I think this week has brought up something in that we have now had four straight terrible, terrible, terrible HOHs. Um, None of them have been good. All of them have been awful. What is in the air? Why does everyone suck as HOH? And like, what is making these people so bad? Like, is it just that much harder to? Do you think it's just that much harder to be HOH with AI Arena? Do you think these people are like extra stupid? Like, why can no one just like not? I think everyone who's gone home has gotten nominated by their ally up to this point, and it's
Well,
just blowing my mind. So I don't know.
Bryce, I think there's one very clear factor you're missing here, and that's the fact that last year during Big Brother 26, the part two of the final head of household competition was Cam and Mackenzie killing Ainsley, But we know how Mackenzie plays Big Brother. She's not good at it. She probably failed to kill Ainsley, and Ainsley is in that house getting in people's minds and
I
getting
saw
her
the picture.
revenge.
I saw the picture of Ainsley and
And the
the
mastermind.
sub yeah, and the mastermind. So she's there.
I mean, all I'm saying, if Janky could come back to life, I don't see what's stopping Ainsley from coming back
Dude,
to life.
I saw someone say like this cast needs a janky week, and I totally agree. I'd love to see them in janky world because
See,
God, they're annoying me.
I feel like I understand the thought process. However, this week feels like what would have happened if you put them in a janky week with remember how Chelsea started like spiraling about like Cam and everyone
Oh
like
my
about
God,
like
I
she was like
forgot.
crashing out. Mickey and
Yeah,
Morgan pulled a janky week Chelsea. Like if janky week happened, I think they'd be even more insufferable than they already became.
that's hard to do. I don't know. That's a tough ask. I think
You want to know what's funny?
I do.
Remember how like in our DMs I was like, I feel like Mickey and Morgan are like the next Daniel and Nicole, except they're going to be less self-aware about it.
You ate that.
I met when I was talking to my sister earlier. I was telling her about everything that Mickey and Morgan have been doing because she's not a live feeder. She's a purely episode watcher, and she hasn't seen the eviction tonight. She was like a week and a half behind. But I tried to give her an example, and I said, "Ellie, do you remember Daniel and Nicole? Daniel was the Elvis impersonator we made fun of a lot." And she said, "I don't know who you're talking about." So I was not able to properly
You weren't able to
convey
read
my
the.
thoughts.
I'm sorry. That's hard. I compared her to Mickey to Daniel because I was watching her this week and I was Mickey's neighbor first and this week I was like she's doing some things that make me like not think she's like a good person and I was like I haven't thought really that for a while like and I was like I guess Daniel is one of the last I could think of but I'm sure we'll have to see with her. Part of me still thinks she's fine and some people just can't handle power and just kind of go crazy. So I'm waiting to see if Morgan and Mickey are like truly just like terrible or they just like are terrible when they're in power, if that makes sense, you know?
My take is that when people have power, they're more comfortable being their true selves and not, there's no reason to hide anything if nobody can do anything about it. I'm of
Mm,
the opinion that, like, when power goes to people's heads, that's exposing how they generally are or think rather than bringing something new out in them that will go away after.
that's very fair. That's quite fair, I'd say. But we'll see. I I still have a lot of thoughts I'm waiting to give on this specific HOH, but
And I'm
I will
trying
say
to
all of
think,
them have been terrible. This one's probably been the worst.
and
And
that, oh god,
we can
and I
also
don't think it's a question.
hmm?
I don't even think it's a question. Like there have been four terrible HOHs, and this
Well,
one like casts a shadow
the way they
of the
showed
size
the
of a fucking
episodes
planet.
the way they showed the episodes made it seem like Mickey and Vince are like masterminds. Um, so I bet there's a ton of people out there who are like, "This was a great move. Jimmy's a hashtag threat. He's playing all sides," um, and that really pisses me off.
No, which even again, my sister, who's an episode only watcher, like during the call, one of the first things she said was, "Why did Mickey do that? Wasn't
Okay,
Jimmy
good.
with her?" And I said, "Yes, he sure was."
No, he was playing all sides, and he was the only one doing that. And you know how you know that he was playing all sides because the entire other side all wanted him out. That's how you
Like
know that he's
everybody but
playing.
three people wanted him out.
That's how you know he's with everyone. He's in everyone's good graces because the entire fucking house wants him out. Maybe if the entire other side wants him out, maybe he is with our side. Whoa. I don't know. It's a crazy concept of like I didn't even care. Jimmy annoyed the hell out of me before this week too,
I
and
know.
I found myself rooting for him. So I'm bummed. I'm very bummed that he did not pull it out, especially because Rachel had told him 90 times that he was going to win, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna win." And I was like, "Yeah, you're gonna win." He didn't. Um, so I don't know. It's a bummer. I feel like we lost a good source of entertainment, and we're gonna need a nice HOH here to change things around. But it could still be good. You never know. It was certainly dramatic. I will give this week that, and that is something. So at least it was dramatic.
It sure was. I'm very, very, like, genuinely, my number one wish for what is going to happen is that Morgan leaves on a Riley HOH.
I dream of
Or
that, but
Mickey. Either fucking one of them.
I dream of that in my heart. But
Because
I did hear that they do plan to stay loyal to them for a bit.
no, he plans to, I think, stay loyal to Mickey. Him and Catherine had a conversation yesterday about how they hate Morgan and don't trust Morgan.
This is great news. This is wonderful news. That is my hope then too, and my dream. Or
Because like
Rachel
I
Letterman.
obviously I want Riley out, but nobody in the house is going to fucking take him out. So I want Riley to take one of them out on his HOH, and then have Ashley and Rachel win after that, and be able to have a second week of doing something.
The problem is, I feel like Ashley would go home on a Riley HOH. Like next to Morgan.
She's gonna win veto. It's fine.
Okay, I'm seeing the fantasy. I'm here for it.
Um, Side note, also, one thing I really am not liking about the blockbuster, I've already said plenty of problems with it. In the episode specifically, like, we get such little content before, because they have to start it at like 7:30, and then because the episode needs to end at 8, so like half the episode is dedicated to blockbuster and after, so they only have
Yeah,
half an hour to talk about everything from veto ceremony
and
on,
there's
which is
extra
3 days
votes,
worth of gameplay.
and it's
Like,
also two separate votes instead of just one vote, and they have less time.
and you want to know how
Sorry, three separate votes. Sorry, continue.
you want to know how they portrayed um what the like swings would be.
How'd they do
they
it?
they set it up to where the only person it showed Jimmy like having a one-on-one with and trying to convince was Vince. They had Vince set up to be the swing vote.
They're sucking Vince's cock. Like that's great. They had the show was misted by him too. Everyone in a lot of people in the house
Yeah,
aren't the show
it gave
hunters.
Vince the credit for nominating Jimmy, and then it gave
Like
Vince like the
why?
swing position when he was never ever keeping Jimmy. When people
That's
like
so
Keanu
weird.
and Catherine were genuinely considering it.
I wish they could just show what happened. It's weird to me. Like it's just
They
weird.
don't
I
have
don't know
enough
why they
time.
wanted.
They don't
I
have enough
wanted.
time to show everything with the blockbuster because they made the fucking
So
veto
why choose
episodes
that story
an
of all
extra half
stories?
hour instead of like what they need to do is, if the veto episodes are going to be longer, show the veto ceremony happening at its normal time and then use the half hour after that to
Yeah.
start setting up the rest.
And then you know what you could do in the live episode, the HOH.
Kill
I miss
Riley. Oh, okay.
I miss live HOHs. Where are they? I
It's
want
it,
them.
it's not going to happen with the blockbuster. They would have to like open the episode with the blockbuster, and then maybe there would be enough
That's why
time.
if they covered the vote in the long veto episode, then did little vote plus blockbuster plus eviction, then they can maybe do a short HOH or something. I don't know.
With I don't see it happening with, like, they would need like double eviction type HOHs to be able to make that work, and they're not going to do that every week.
Correct. All right. You want to rank these bitches?
One more small side, and I'll talk about it when we get to them. Never mind.
Okay. Let's rank these bitches. Share screen.
Remember, you got to hit one more thing after. You always stop it there.
I would have forgotten like
I know.
100%. Bang.
Oh my god, you did it.
All right. Shall we?
Do we want to go in? I kind of want to reverse order it. We keep going
Or we can reverse
alphabetical.
order.
Actually, yeah, fuck it. Let's do whatever. I'm like, I was like, I don't want to start with Rachel or Ashley. I feel like I need to see where other people are before I put them on it. But
Sure. Put whoever you feel like first. We could. How about this? We just pick who we want to go for.
I'm starting. Do you want to just rip off the band-aid and talk about Mickey? Give me
Let's
a
talk about
rant.
Mickey first. I how many hours? Let's because this should take up the majority of our time. Let me add it to you really quick. It may become relevant.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna get close and read what this says. Let's see.
Well, this just needs to be F. And then um oh, I added too many rows.
What are you doing?
Oh God. Oh my God.
Refresh the page. It'll be faster.
I got it. I got it.
What does it
Okay.
say?
I'm ready to go. Super F.
Okay, where's Mickey going, Bryce?
I'm actually kidding. I'm not gonna do super F. I just want to put her in F. But even if there was a super F, I would only put her in F. But I'll get into that in a second. Um, Mickey came into this week. What I know defines a bad week is that you come into the week in a good spot and you leave in a terrible spot. That to me is the most direct proof that you have done something terrible for your game and you have done just that. There are so many people in this world who or in Big Brother who like crave making a big move, but they forget that you have to make the right big move and it has to be the right time. Taking out your closest ally the third week is not the right time. And thinking everyone is not going to care and still listen to you is stupid. She went from chill and quiet to a complete dictator, was terrorizing people all around the house, was so rude to Ashley for like no reason. Um, and just the game move. She could have come out of this in such a brilliant position. If she just put up Catherine, she would have been in a insane spot.
Wait,
Literally,
but Bryce, Catherine's not an option. That would make Riley mad.
uh, uh,
Continue. I'll get to it on my part.
like no, because she ate up everything Riley was saying, and she talks all about how like good players shouldn't talk like this, do that. Good players will know that like people will say anything they need to say when they're on the block, and that's like the least person you can trust. I don't understand it. She went on a religious high ground, she went on a moral high ground, she went on a strategic high ground, and people noticed. The reason I wouldn't put her in Super F, the thing that annoys me is that she might be okay next week and maybe even the week after that. Like she is not actually leaving in this spot this week in as terrible of a spot as I think she should based on how she played. However, what I've realized is I think this season it might just catch up. Like I think Vince's terrible HOH is catching up to him little by little. He came out okay, but it's catching up to him. Jimmy's terrible HOH caught up to him. I don't think Mickey's HOH is going to get her evicted the next week, barring, someone else. But I think this is one that is going to catch up to her, and it is going to be something to point back to and say, this really screwed your game. And she'll never admit that that was the case. She'll never admit it. So, terrible week. What do you think, Ryan?
I think. Oh my god. Okay, let's. She says, "Hey Riley, I know I just nominated you, but you said we're good, so I trust you." Okay, I don't trust Catherine. We have not talked game one single time ever, but I trust you, so I can't put her up. And if anybody suggests putting her up, which is the logical and correct decision, or it's not even like there were other good options too. But if anyone suggests putting up Catherine, I will say no. That will make Riley mad, and Riley's not an option to go home because
Speaking of, that's not just a problem with her. I don't know why everyone this week just kept saying Riley can't go home. Why?
because because Mickey was such a dictator. Mickey kept saying it, so then other people would parrot it, and nobody like actually stopped to think about a world where Riley is an option. But like even within like Vince versus Jimmy, which I don't know how those are the two options. Like there was so much more evidence
Mhm.
to do Vince, and she was convinced at one point. She was going to make the correct decision. And then Morgan started whining like a little baby and said, "No, you can't put Vince up. He's my number one guy. I need him in this house. If he leaves, I don't know what I'm going to do. I love Vince. He's the best." Which, if I'm Mickey, I'm going, this guy has super Dan's missed. What the fuck is happening? He needs to go immediately. But instead, she says, "Oh, Keanu walked in the room, and Keanu wants to do Jimmy, so that's my final decision." What the fuck does Keanu have to do with anything? You're targeting him.
The two people she nominated, she's like, I gotta go with them for this third nominee.
And then the other person she nominated, who is still on the block on eviction after Blockbuster, who still doesn't trust her or want to work with her, isn't an option to fucking go home either.
And it's the I don't get it. And it's not even just the nominations, they're terrible enough. It's the way she treated people. I mean, if you turned on the feeds at any point in time over the course of this week, it was just her absolutely berating people and telling them how stupid they are and telling them how they don't really know what's going on. And she'll tell them things when they need to know, but there's some things they just can't quite know yet. And they need to be a good player and they need to be discreet and they have to vote off Jimmy. And you even thought for a second of not evicting Jimmy. Why the hell will you do that? You don't trust me? You have to go with the house. The house is going to come after you. We're all going to come after you. We ride together. How dare you even consider for a millisecond not evicting the person we've been working with the entire game? It's crazy. It's crazy. That it was nonstop. It was genuinely nonstop, and I don't understand.
And it's crazy to me that it's not even just like her one on one with like Morgan saying this about other people. It's two people's faces. It's to Keanu's face. It's to Ashley's face, especially mainly those two. Just like blatantly, like she walks in a room with other people, and the mood completely like all the positivity is sucked out of the room the second she walks in. I don't understand. Like, but then okay, secretly, like if there were super F tier, I'm also not putting her there. In fact, I was coming in here expecting to have to like talk you down to F because logistically, position wise, she's not leaving next week. It would take like the first of all, one of the few people who would be willing to put her up would need to win HOH. Even then, she's not the target. So then it would take the right like veto competition and potential blockbuster for her to even have a small chance of going home. She's not going home next week. There's not a doubt in my like if she goes home, I'd be happy. I don't see it happening. Like logistically, nobody is targeting her immediately, and I don't see her going home next week. I don't see her going home the next couple weeks unless something shifts. But that's not why her HOH is so bad. It's because her
Explain.
HOH completely tanked her long term game. I
Yup.
don't see a path to the end for her as things currently stand, and the entire house would need to rearrange itself for that to be the case, and that is 100% her fault. Even
It
if
is.
usually when I'm ranking, it's a mix of how they played in position in general moving forward. This move was so incredibly atrocious that I don't care that her short term positioning is fine. I can't justify putting her any higher.
Jimmy, besides actually treating people, Jimmy was so good for her game. And
He
I
was
wanted to say the same thing about Heisem too. Like people think because someone's like a competition threat and a target, it's time to take the good shot. Let the other side take the shot. I need a billboard that says this. Let other people take the big shot if they are with you. Like if you have someone who is a target in front of you and is going to win HOHs and protect you that you can nominate or that and you can influence, when if you're going to make a move, do it late, not now. Like let someone else take the shot. That's all I'm going to say. Sometimes at least. Sometimes you got to take the shot yourself. Sometimes you just got to let other people. So that was a case of that.
I have like 2 or 3 points somewhat around that. First of all, Jimmy, looking at the board, I believe the single most loyal person to Mickey in the entire house, except maybe like Ava or Will, maybe. But like he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, yes, but and even then, like first of all, Jimmy's less of a comp piece than Heisem. Heisem won significantly more and more dominantly. But Jimmy, like every single person was going after Jimmy. And also, you know what happened when the people took out their own ally, Heisem, who was the comp beast? All the comp beasts on the other side of the house won out the rest of the season and took everyone out. You know who could have stopped Jag from winning everything and taking everyone out? Heisem.
Yeah.
I like if Zach and Vince and like fucking Lauren just start winning every HOH and steamroll the final three. I'm not even like I'm not mad at them for it. I'm mad for everyone else for setting them up to let them do it.
Yep. I agree.
Okay, we've talked about Mickey for like 10 fucking minutes
Let's talk about
probably.
Morgan. Let's get Morgan out of here too.
Okay. I
Bring her
mean,
personally.
her
Yeah.
obsession. Like I don't feel like that. I truly feel like it's not an exaggeration. Her obsession with Vince is mind-boggling. Like everyone, everyone keeps saying like Vince is poison. Vince is with everybody. Vince, Zach, and Lauren are a final three. And she is so truly 100% convinced in her mind that Zach and Vince are going to take her to final three. Even then, I don't know how the fuck she thinks she's beating them in a competition or a vote, but I don't know why she is hitching her wagon to these two men who have so many other options instead of people like Rachel, Ava, Will, Ashley, Jimmy, who only would have her and Mickey if they just fucking stuck to it. Even then, like, still let Zach and Vince think you're good with them, whatever. Why are you siding with the people that have so many other allies that are worse at the game, better at competitions, so much easier to drag to the end, or let them drag like Zach and Vince? Zach and Vince have so many options to just walk them to final three, and Morgan shouldn't be one of them, but she's making herself become one of them, and even then, she's not at the top of their totem pole and never will be.
And
It
not
is
only that, not only is she at the top of the totem pole, she's at the bottom of the totem pole, not even of their group, but of everybody in the house. She's actively fighting for people, some of who want her out like next week. Is all I'm saying.
I need so badly for Zach and Vince to be like the swing votes to save her next week and they fucking send her home. I need that more than I've needed anything in my goddamn life. It would be so satisfying to see her crumble.
God, because she also just does not. She thinks she's that girl for this move, and it was stupid. It was just stupid.
But
Big moves are not always good moves,
no,
and
and like
she came out of this worse than Mickey because I can see a world where she leaves next week.
correct. And
Yeah,
like she was the main one pushing for this when it
yeah.
was like she had moments of clarity where she would realize like wait, why am I doing this? It's not smart. And then like try to push something else and Mickey would just be like, okay, then Vince. And then she'd be like, no, 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 no. Vince going would have been much better for her than fucking Jimmy going. And also, just
Put up
like,
Catherine.
well, she told Mickey to, and Mickey wouldn't, to be fair.
Okay,
But
that's
like,
good.
like this was more Morgan's move than Mickey's move. Morgan was the main one convincing her that, like, at the very least, at the end, when it was between Jimmy and Vince, Jimmy, 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 Jimmy. And after that, she kept being like, Jimmy's mad at me. He's acting like I'm the one that pushed Mickey to do this. Take fucking credit for it if you're gonna do it, at least. Put it on your resume. Don't push it away from you. What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. It was just crazy for her to be upset. He was upset because she was really upset a lot of this week that he was upset. And she's like, I don't understand why he won't talk to me. Mickey and her both wanted to be like, I'm sure nothing's changed. They got mad at Ashley for saying something might have changed between them and Jimmy. And they're like, why would it change? We said we're good.
Okay, I'm jumping in one more time because their delusions all week. They are like they act like they fucking know everything. I had more I was going to say and it slipped out of my fucking mind. I know it's gonna come back to me. But it's like What world are they living in? I truly don't understand.
Stupid idiot world. F world. Okay. I got nothing more. I can't even. I'm getting pissed off. I need to talk about other people.
Talk about whoever you want. Cheer yourself up, buddy.
All right, let's talk about Zay. He's hot. Um, well, who do I talk about? Um, uh, Will did pretty good this week. Um, A or B for Will. I don't know where, but Will impressed me this week. I'm going to talk about him. I feel like he suddenly went from like being pawned a couple times to now he's almost back in the position he was early on in the game where like everyone was kind of coming to him for little alliances, little things. He's being concise with information. People really trust him. Is he in the best spot in the world? No, but I saw a lot of alliance forming, a lot of active gameplay from him, a lot of good decision making. Was it perfect? No, but I was very happy with Will's game this week. I think he showed a good game sense, and I think he has finally kind of chosen the right people to work with. He had to have it spelled out for him by like the other half of the house voting for him to go and fighting for him to go. But I thought he did a pretty good job this week. So that's my Will take. What do you think, Brian? No, 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 no.
I'm very confused. Firstly, people have talked about potentially putting him up again from like the other side as soon
Okay.
as next week. Second of all, I don't know what active gameplay you're seeing from him. He still does not initiate game conversations and sits there and just agrees with everything everybody
No, he
says.
does sit there and agree, but he tried to make an alliance with Keanu. I saw him really work hard to make Ashley, Mickey, and him stay together as a three while they were fighting. Like he worked hard to mediate. Um, he wanted to get an alliance together with everyone of him, Rachel, Ava, uh, Rachel, Ava, Jimmy, and Ashley. He tried to get that formed at one point. Maybe I'm overdoing. Maybe just the bits on the feed I saw of him were good, and I didn't see the shit talking people part. That's very, very, very fair.
I mean,
So
those parts are like valid. I just think he's not an active enough game player. He sits in conversations and just agrees with everything the person is saying, which like works well enough, but he's still like he has no like agency or power in the game with people other than like Ava, but it's like still the entire other side of the house who's more likely to win competitions is not going to fight for him and will at best like be neutral to him and not immediately target him.
mhm.
But I have trouble seeing like it's hard for me to picture Will sitting in the final two right now. I don't like he's not an active enough game player. I don't really know what he does. I don't
I'm
know.
just, I'm, I don't know. I saw there's a glimmer in my eye with him this week. I feel like I saw something where I was like, I feel like he's doing okay. I don't know. I feel like
Well,
people
I'm
like
sure
I
as
feel
hell
like
not putting
people
him
say
A. If
about
you want to
him.
put him B, I guess I will.
I could go C, but I wanted. I feel like B this week. I don't know. Maybe I'm Delulu, but I feel like he's on the up and up. I feel like Will Stark is gonna rise. I don't know. Call me crazy. Um,
I'll let you have it because I don't care enough to argue about Will.
all right, who you got, Ryan?
Um, God, do I want to crash back down or do I want to stay on a slightly higher
There's
note?
not a lot of positive notes.
Um, let's talk about let's talk about Ava. I also one more thing I meant to say with Will. He just lost somebody on his side.
He did. He did. So maybe you think C.
Um, I mean that's where I was thinking coming in, but like everyone else. I feel like we need to like spread out tiers a bit, and I don't know how many other people are going to be up in B, so we can keep them there for now and see what
We'll
happens.
take a peek at how it is at the end.
Um, Ava, Ava's kind of lost me, girl. I don't know what she's like. She pushed for Jimmy to go up instead of Vince, which I don't understand. Like logistically, what should be happening is that like Riley, Cat, Lauren, Vince, Zach, and then like kind of Keanu, Kelly are all like over there. Everybody else should be like making a little group and sticking together. Morgan's hopeless and she's not going to hop in on that, so then Mickey's never going to either. But like Ava actively pushed for Jimmy to go on the block and is actively pushing for Ashley to be the next target, and I don't know what has gotten into her head to make her think that's a
Stupid.
good idea. At the very least, like Ashley doesn't know that. Nobody's so Ava's in a perfectly like fine current position, but she's working towards a goal like Mick, like not nearly to the extent of Mickey, where like I don't like she's working towards a position that's making her own position worse. She's helping the Vinces and Zachs just get more power by targeting the people that would go after them. Meanwhile, people like her and Mickey are saying, "Yeah, Vince needs to go." Like, especially Mickey. Mickey's like, "Vince needs to go next week." There's like two people in the entire game that are going to put him up because you took one of them out and could have put him up yourself. Like they're shooting at the people that'll do the dirty work for them while saying they need people to do dirty work for them. I don't know what Ava's doing.
I don't get it either. I don't know where to put her. I'm so glad you took her because I've been so lost as to where to put her because her position's fine. She's still likable. She did get eaten up by Keanu at that veto competition. Um, and like she's still fine, but I just don't like the decisions that she's made. Um, I didn't like her turning against Ashley. It's just weird decision making. She's actively fighting for. I feel like we can't even define the sides anymore because every side, both sides just keep imploding on themselves. So like, I don't even know what to say.
The
you know?
sides are Zach and Vince in like the center, and then like there's like it's like the solar system, right? So then around them, there's no sides. It's who's closest to Zach and Vince. So like
Yep.
Lauren and Morgan are orbiting them, and then like farther out, it's like Kat and Riley and like Keanu, and then even farther out, there's like Mickey and like Ava and maybe Kelly, and then it just keeps going back.
Sure. So yeah, that makes sense.
Um,
Where do you think Ava goes?
I don't know if I'm being biased because I'm annoyed or not, but I think like her position is still perfectly fine, and like theoretically it can get turned or I'm like put her in fucking C2, right? Like her the things she is actively striving for are bad for her, and
Yep.
I can't like at least Will is like striving for something that's good for him now. His position is just worse. Ava is like in a better position, but she's doing such actively bad work.
So how do we decide this in the tier list? What do we do?
I truly have no idea. But my gut says, oh,
Your gut says what?
I don't know.
What about this just to be shocking?
Honestly, fucking sure. I kind of don't
We'll
care
just
enough
be talking
to
about it.
like my brain is fried
My
from
brain's
this
fried
week.
today too. Okay. Next
Did
up,
you have anything else to say about Ava?
no, she confused me. She annoyed me. Maybe this. I think maybe this.
That's what I was originally going to say,
Let's do
but
that.
if they move down more, I'm not mad about it.
Okay. Keanu, I'm gonna tell you something crazy.
S
I
S
think
S tier.
SSS tier. but I'm not joking when I say this, and I might get jumped. But for him, for his standards, honestly, I think we debated about like position versus how they played this week. I think going forward, I might just value how they played this week slightly more. I'm going to take into account position, but I don't know. I want to give him not F for the first time ever, and maybe consider giving him a D. And here's why: he's still the house target. He's still terrible at the game. Um, oh, he did maybe F, but he did also start the week by convincing Riley to guess Ashley. I forgot about that. Um, but I don't feel like as many people are looking at him. I feel like after he won veto, there's a few people who are like kind of trying to work with him a bit, like Ashley and Mickey, kind of, and Ray. I don't know if Rachel would be targeting him immediately. I feel like he might be able to go a week without getting targeted and had some okay conversations where he wasn't just terrorizing people. But, he's still not a great player. So what do you think?
I think you are underrating Keanu this week, Bryce. Um, I mean, I can't ignore the fact that genuinely, out of like all the people in the house, Keanu was like one of the like three or four mm, people that was like one of the most influential in Jimmy going up, and it
Yep,
was a good move for him to have Jimmy go up.
it was. But he was
Um,
also the most influential in Mickey getting HOH. But continue, continue.
you know, you win some, you lose some. I mean, genuinely, I'm looking at the board. Ashley doesn't nominate him. Rachel doesn't nominate him. I don't think like Zach and Vince. Maybe actually Vince is a fucking push. No, but Vince is targeting Rachel. Like I don't even if maybe he goes up like on the block. I don't know who wins HOH and targets Keanu.
I don't know.
Like he's
I
still
don't
not a
know
good
either.
player. He's Keanu. He's not in a position to like go long term, but I think he's a pretty comfortable D tier this week.
King.
I could genuinely, if we start putting more people on here, if he moves up to C, I might not be mad about it.
Let's do it. Let's have fun this week.
I almost
Let's
came
just
in
say
here,
something.
Bryce. I thought about making a tier list ahead of time of just how much I like everybody and telling you to put it on the screen. And I think we're doing a combination of both this week.
We are. The reason he probably should be low is because if he doesn't win veto, he goes home. But like,
But again, I don't think he's being targeted. This
I think he improved his position a lot. Let's give him a C. Just like we're giving Mickey an F from going from top to bottom, we're gonna give Keanu a C for going up a bit.
um
All right. Any
let
other
let
Keanu
me
thoughts?
let me let's okay. Let's get Riley out of the way.
Oh, we're gonna have to do something terrible here. I'm gonna say something triggering. You are you. This is a good week for Riley. Riley
Um
kind of ate this week up, and I hate to say that. Um, I'll let you talk first. Maybe I hope you disagree, but you
I
go for it. Go.
really want to put him low because I don't like him. My thing is like people are randomly kind of obsessed with him,
Yeah.
but he does absolutely no active work with anybody in the house, and I don't know how long it's going to like actually last. I don't want to talk about him for a long time because he sucks. I
Eventually,
feel
we
like
have
just
to.
throw him in C tier and move on with our
I
lives.
I I think he deserves B this week.
I think if
He.
we look at what they
I'm
actually
going to
did,
tell you why. I'm going
uh,
to tell you why.
no, I'm not doing it.
It's not just because the house is obsessed with him and wants to keep him. He misted the ever living fuck out of Mickey, and I
Okay,
watched him
no, no,
up
no.
there.
I'm interrupting. I don't care. Um,
No,
He didn't miss Mickey. He said,
he did. I watched on
"Mickey, I
mute.
won't go after you." And
No,
Mickey missed it herself. He did not do
no,
it.
I'm going
He
to
had one conversation with her where he just
mm-mm.
said, "Okay, I won't target you," and she just blindly believed
It
it.
wasn't that because I watched the conversation. He was crying, he was pouting, they were hugging. He was saying, "You're my best friend out of here. I swear on my entire life I'll never go after you." Like he was saying all the shit he says to Catherine, but like to Mickey, they were talking for hours. They were gushing. I mean, this was a deep emotional conversation the two of them had. And he had a few more of them it with them. And whatever work he did made Mickey completely believe him and trust him and tank her entire game, literally tank her entire game just to save him, even though I hate him.
Okay,
This was
but
good work from him.
but
He kept Catherine safe single handedly too. He not only saved himself, he saved Catherine and sat on the block and was not even discussed. This was a good week for him.
it was. But he has had conversations similar to that where he promises the world to people with like half the fucking cast. So that's nothing new. Mickey's the only one that's falling for it that blatantly. And the reason he was crying and pouting is because he's a bad player and can't hide his emotions and blew up at her and should have been the target. And the only reason he's not is because Mickey is a good Christian and believes that anyone who believes in God is a good person.
That is very true. Um, I still want to give him a B. I really like.
I'm not doing that.
Really, I think he deserves a
Absolutely
B.
not. He is not going up that high because he had one conversation and got a person who is stupid enough to nominate their number one ally to believe him.
I think he did good work with the entire house. But okay, I'll give him a C. I'm not gonna fight
The
anymore.
only thing he does is sit around and talk to Catherine.
I will give him a C because I don't like him, but just know I would put him in a B personally. Um,
Put him below Keanu.
okay. I'm not gonna do that. That's crazy.
Look at Keanu's picture though. Why not? Mhm.
um, maybe Will's a little high. I'm so confused about where to put Will.
Will and
Um,
Ava both seem high. Like everyone in this game is awful.
okay.
I believe you have a prompt.
That was good. Hey, Kelly might
Oh,
get her first
wait,
non-F tier.
wait. I forgot to talk about this with Keanu. Mostly Rachel, but I've heard it from other people too. Why do people keep calling him Keanu?
That's really funny. I don't know.
It pisses me off. Anyways, continue.
Kelly is gonna get her first non-F tier from me because she survived a vote. I cannot believe it. Is it because of what she did? No. Do people still trust her? No. Do people want to work with her? Not really, but I want to give her D. I don't know.
Bryce, Bryce, look me in the eyes and repeat everything you just said.
No.
Like, she survived because they're the one person in the house other than Keanu that would be
I
nominated
want to
against
keep
her and
these two
leave.
an F by themselves. That's why.
But then make Super F again because,
Okay, I'm gonna make Super F. They can be in Super F by themselves.
like, Kelly doesn't play the game. She walks around and mopes, and like she has a couple decent reads now. I think she's starting to like figure out what she might need to be doing, but she's not actually doing any of it. And any work I've seen her attempt to do is unsuccessful. Like at
Yeah.
least she didn't volunteer completely, but she did also say, if I can volunteer instead of Riley, I will do that.
I agree. You know why Will's pissing me off up here? I can't get over it. I think all three of these people are safe and he's not, I
Remember
guess.
when you wanted to put him in A tier?
Yeah, I didn't realize that the other side was coming for him like that.
I mean, they're
Um
not like gunning to target him, but like he's a very easy pawn for the people that aren't with him.
yeah. Yeah.
Can we bump? Oh my god. I'm like, see, the issue is I want to say put them all to C, but then I don't know if there's a single B tier on the entire list.
Honestly, that's fine. Let's put them all in C. Let's put them all in C. That's what
And
it
put
is. That's
Keanu
the
at the
problem.
top of it.
Hell yeah.
I like how you refuse to put him above Riley, and then you put him above Riley and two other people.
Okay.
Like I truly don't know. Like all of them are so bad in different ways. Like Ava and Riley are in the best positions, but they've played the
I'm gonna do it.
worst.
Riley played the best of these four this week. I'm just saying.
God, I hate looking at. Okay, whatever. Um,
I'll put Keanu there for fun.
put Vince in A tier.
There are still a lot of people targeting him though. I don't know.
There's like three people targeting him, and I don't know if he goes home in a vote.
Yeah, this was a
Everyone is
great week for
obsessed
Vince.
with him.
This was a great week for Vince, and I hate it.
Like the people who are targeting him are Rachel, Ashley, Mickey, who can't win HOH. Ava has talked about it, but also wants to target Ashley. Will wants him up, but I don't think Will wants to like get power and actually do it himself. He has lost trust with people like Kelly and Keanu, but they're still trying to suck up to him, and I don't know if they would like Keanu's not taking the shot. I doubt Kelly is. Lauren is obsessed with him. Morgan is obsessed with him. Zach is obsessed with him. Like Riley and Catherine have fucking bigger fish to fry that they're going after. Like there, he would need a very, very bad HOH outcome, and then to also not win one of two competitions to save himself, and then also go home in the vote. Like people are playing for for him to win, just explicitly. Morgan's playing for Vince to win. Ava is making decisions that help Vince win. Mickey just made a decision to help Vince win. Zach is working right alongside Vince. Every time someone tries to have a conversation with Lauren, she says, "Let's talk to Vince about it." He has Super Dan's missed. I don't know what
He's
is
gonna,
happening.
yeah.
I want to rate him lower because of potential danger, but the more I think about it, the more unlucky he would have to be for that to even be a possibility.
I I
You know,
I
I
do.
truly I have no idea. All he
I
does is walk around all day and be like, I don't know why Rachel's saying I'm running the game. Why would Rachel say that? I don't get it. I just want to be friends with Rachel, but she keeps coming after me and I don't know why.
I agree. I do think his time will come though. I don't think I I understand the sentiment, but I just feel like someone's gonna get him. I feel like he almost got this week, and he saved himself, and he did great.
But
But I
even
feel
then,
like
I
it's
feel
gonna
like
come.
if it was him against Kelly, he's not going home.
I feel like eventually he'll get got. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I just feel like he'll get got eventually. I feel like his
I
name's become too big too early.
I kind of agree, but at the same time, I can also see people being like, remember, the reason that Vince is such a big target is because he has so many people gunning for him. If, for example, someone tries to take a shot and then someone like Lauren, or if Morgan does get sniped next week, I feel like people will see him and be like, well, he was trying to play everyone, but now, like, one of his closest allies is gone, so that means I can get closer to him now.
Here's what it is: as long as Rachel's in the house, he's in trouble. Once Rachel's out, he's gonna win easily. Like genuinely, it's just gonna be
Yeah,
can win this
yeah,
battle. Um, it doesn't really feel like anyone else really gives a shit until Rachel keeps making them give a shit, you know?
yeah.
And she's done a good job at it. All right, I'm done with Vince. You done with Vince?
Yep.
Should we talk about Rachel now? Because we just did. Always the hardest to rank. I Rachel makes me sad because I think she did all the right things this week, besides that brief moment where she like asked to go home and then was like, "Oh, well, JK, we're gonna ignore that." Um,
No, she wanted Ava.
right, it was Ava. She fought for Jimmy to stay. She failed. She lost her closest ally. Her game took a huge hit this week. Um, it's Are people targeting her next week besides Vince?
Vince and Zach are. Lauren is. Keanu does not want to. Riley probably could be talked into it, but I don't know if it's his instinct.
Yikes! So this
But
was, yeah. Nikki
I
just
feel
tanked
like
her game.
I feel like Ashley goes home over her, maybe, maybe not.
I don't know where to put her. I still like the way she's playing. I like what she's doing. This was not her fault, but it ended terribly. I'm so glad that she is here saying like, "Why are you letting Vince run away with the game? What are you doing? Put up Vince. What the hell is wrong with you?" Because someone needs to fucking say it. Nobody else is saying it. So thank you to her for that, because I think she's smart enough to actually realize it and not buy into it because she's played before. Thank you. Problem is, she lost the war. So how do I reward that? I don't know. Maybe B, because I'm feeling petty, but she's probably going to go home or at risk. So I don't know.
I was gonna say I have a pitch, and that is because we need at least one person in B tier, right?
Let's put her
I
B.
and as we've been doing with this week specifically, when we're valuing largely gameplay this week over positioning, she's doing what she needs to do. She's targeting the right people. She's telling people what needs to be done, and like practically everything she's saying in the entire house is correct. If a single person would listen to her, she would be running the game, and the people should be listening to her.
Yeah.
It's not that like it wouldn't be like a Paul situation where she's steamrolling to the end. It's like she's still a target later on. Nobody wants to take her to the end, but she's saying exactly to people's faces what they need to be doing, and she's right, and they just won't listen.
Yeah. I agree. I agree completely. Um, so I'll give her a B. This C tier is going to give me a stroke. I don't know why I keep shuffling it around. Uh, let's just. Uh, I'm doing this.
Damn.
All right. Um. All
Scroll
right.
down and let me pick someone.
All right. Uh. Let's do that.
Um,
This feels right, actually. All right. Who do you want? Catherine, Jimmy, Zach, Lauren, Ashley.
put Catherine in D tier.
Sure. Next.
You pick next.
uh. Jimmy, I don't know what to do with you. You went home. I don't really think you did anything wrong, Diva. Um, I don't really think he had bad gameplay this week that did it. Um, I do wish he campaigned a little more. I think he kind of threw in the towel with the campaigning and locked in for the competition. But I don't blame him for that. I'm not sure the campaigning would have worked. Um, so I'm happy to put him in F tier or D. I'm happy to put him in D tier, honestly. But I don't know. What do you think for Jimmy?
I was also going to say D tier. I think obviously he made a lot of mistakes in this game. Most of them were not this week. Um, yeah, he like talked to Keanu and them about like not going after each other or whatever, but like there was no reason he should have been playing a different way to like Morgan and Mickey because I really don't blame him for them distrusting him as much as to the point of putting him on the block because it was there's a thing in Big Brother where it's like you shouldn't assume, but like, come on, like, why the fuck would they target him? I don't blame him. Like, and I disagree with the campaigning. I think he campaigned very well and genuinely got people like Catherine and Keanu to consider flipping. And he, one thing we forgot to mention with Vince is that he actually like started pushing his own agenda. Vince shut it down, and they listened to Vince more. So like, he did good work to try to flip people that he needed and it just he simply got outplayed because his position at that point wasn't good enough. And once he realized that those people wouldn't listen to him, that's when he locked in for the competition, and it didn't work out. But I think he threw in the towel at the right time. I think his campaign was good enough to try to flip people.
Yeah.
Um, it's just like he didn't. he shouldn't have been up, but and you have to blame him for that somewhat. Like you can't ignore it, but like I don't think he played F tier or Mickey tier. So
All right, who you want to take? You got Ashley, Lauren, Zach.
go girl, give us nothing. Um, why do I almost want to put her in B? Yeah,
Yeah, because that's where she belongs this week. She got her
like
way. She was solid.
she does absolutely nothing. But nobody's going after her. Like if the wrong person wins HOH, she could leave. Like if a Rachel or an Ashley wins HOH, they're nominating Vince, Zach, and probably her. However, she has two competitions to win, and it's guaranteed that if Zach is one of those nominees, he has a secret veto. He's going to be off the block. At the very least, there's going to be a fourth person up, and I don't know if she would go home at that point. She has a chance to win veto and blockbuster. Vince has a chance to win veto or blockbuster. I feel like if Morgan's up against her, I think Morgan leaves. Um, like she could go up, but it would kind of like Vince. It would take a very, very, very like bad string of results for it to happen.
Yeah,
And generally, like nobody's going after her. Morgan is trying to like buddy up with her and get close to her because Zach and Vince are. Which, however, she doesn't even trust Morgan, which she shouldn't. So like, good on her for that, and bad on Morgan for being Morgan. Um, but like, I don't know. Like looking at the people below her, like she played less actively bad than like Ava. She's less likely to get nominated than Will. She's not Keanu, and I like her more than Riley. So
I'm down for this. Yeah. Okay. Anything
also,
else on Lauren?
I mean that little clip I sent you of her like getting off the hammock and waving to the camera and blowing a little kiss has been in my mind rent free for the last 2 days.
Listen, maybe she's in love
She's
with you.
such
She'll
an
fall. She'll
icon.
see. She'll watch Taute after the show, and she'll.
No, that's not quite what I meant. I just like she's just like she's a little she's like a bundle of joy in the house. She also like in a room with people like consistently like bullying Ashley. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
to my
she's
knowledge, I didn't watch the conversation. To my knowledge,
happy.
like she was contributing, but at one point she was like, "Guys, we're being like mean. Can we like stop?"
I. That was so sweet of her. So sweet of her. Because someone needed to say it. And let's talk about Ashley because I fucking love this girl, and I don't know where to put her because I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a pro and I'm gonna do a cons before we get into it. Okay. First of all, I will say I have said the last few weeks, and haters will say it's not true, that there is something about Ashley that I can see and that she's not as bad as people say. And I still agree with that. I think so much that has gone wrong for her is not really her fault. Showergate is not really her fault. She didn't really do anything wrong there. And I do think it tainted her for a long time going forwards because the reality is she only took a 20-minute shower, then talked to Vince the rest of the time and got in trouble for it. That being said, she had some great reads this week. She wanted to save Jimmy. She trusted him. She told Mickey she was being stupid, which I loved. She named the entire house structure. She told people, she solidified things. Here's the problem with Ashley. Number one, she went to the America Lopez school of gameplay. Like she cannot keep her damn mouth shut. Anytime she sees someone, she just says every piece of information and however close she is to someone. Like, oh, I was talking to my best friend Will, and he was saying that he has this thing with Morgan. Oh, goodbye.
Well,
And
I
she
guess I'll
just
hold it.
says way too much. And I saw Will and Mickey kind of trying to tell her that, and she was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about. I keep tons of secrets." And like, yes, she does keep secrets. She does have a lot of secrets she keeps, but she just has this way of talking that is just way too forthcoming. She's always giving information. People see that, people don't trust her, and people find it annoying because she talks a lot. I love her. I don't know. It's an extrovert. It's a personality we needed. I'm glad she's saying something. Oh, I also don't like that she kind of ended up. Well, no, she wanted Jimmy to stay. She kind of realized he wouldn't, and then she kind of flipped. and then she did cast the vote the wrong way and tried to change it.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no. So she's a mess, but she's a smart girl, and there's a brain in there. And if people actually took her seriously, if she can get an HOH and get people to fucking take her seriously, there is a world for her. But she has to cross that threshold of people taking her seriously because for whatever reason, because of that first week, they literally feel like they never will, and she's in huge, huge danger. But I can't. I like what she's trying to do. So that's my take.
Um, I agree. I think she has one of the best reads on the house. I think she knows mostly what should be doing or what she should be doing. I don't remember if she's targeting Vince or if she's targeting Morgan. I know
Could
Jimmy
be Zach.
wanted to target Morgan, but
She
um
oh she also woke up to Zach, didn't she? She was real pissed at Zach in the middle of the
she
game.
s- Jimmy like told her that Zach like wanted to nominate her and make her a have not.
Will
Uh
also
I,
told her that, and
I
then
I
she
think I think she now believes that Zach is against her, but she doesn't yet know that Zach like doesn't like her as a person.
right. Okay.
So socially she's still like bad and Delulu, but it's also like iconic to me that she's standing her ground against Mickey, who keeps getting mad at her for the littlest things that don't even make sense. And she will sit in a room with Mickey for 4 hours until Mickey cannot deny the truth anymore. And I respect that a lot. But
Lawyer shit.
there's so many people that would and could and will nominate her and or target her. Her position in the game right now is horrendous. People like Morgan actively want to target her. People like Ava actively want to target her. Riley, I'm pretty sure, actively wants to target her. Catherine never got along with her. Keanu wants to target Morgan and Mickey, but Ashley's still a likely third nominee, even though they're not really all working together anymore at this point. So there's a good chance she goes home like that. Um, I want to rate her higher than I will. Like
D F.
I think throw her somewhere with Kat and Jimmy. I think put her above Kat because at least she plays the game, even if she's in more danger.
Cool. Is Kelly too low?
No,
She survived a vote though. I don't know.
she survived a vote against one of the two people in the house she would survive a vote against.
Hell yeah.
She was
And I
still
don't think people are
nominated when she
necessarily
shouldn't have
targeting her.
been. It should have
Let me
been
ask you
Kat.
this, though. Are people targeting Kelly next week? I feel like they're not.
I think she's an easy pawn, and then she just goes home.
Okay. Sure. Um,
Like nobody wants to work with her.
okay. Fair enough. Let's go to I think Ashley's too high. I think Kat above just because she survives.
Yeah, but
Um,
also the cat survived because of absolutely nothing she did. Half the people in the house want to nominate her and just don't because they're scared that Riley's going to yell at them.
all right, let's have fun. Sure. All right. You want to start Zach? Our last one?
I mean, put him right next to Vince. I don't care if it's above or below.
I
I think
think
people are significantly more obsessed with Vince, but Vince is also a bigger target, but Zach also has a power. I think Vince is more likely to win because I think either of them winning means that their side just got control and they steamroll. But I think Zach is less likely to go home.
people are starting to the only knock is that like there are some people that are catching on to him, but it doesn't matter. With the
But
power, with the people who don't care. Um, I still have him high on my winner picks ranking. This was a phenomenal week for him. And yeah, he just isn't quite as good of a player as Vince, probably. Like, I don't know if he's as active and like has the mind control over people Vince does, but he kind of does. I just don't know how intentional it is or how much is because he's hot, you know? But these people still love him. These people are still obsessed with him. Um,
and the thing is, like the main reason people are catching on to him is because they know he's associated with Vince. So on the off chance Vince does get randomly sniped out somehow, I think Zach just slides back into the background and people stop thinking about him again.
I agree.
Like the only reason he's in a worse spot is because people caught on to Vince. And either the people targeting Vince leave and then Zach's fine, or the people targeting Vince somehow get their way and then Zach's fine.
And maybe I put him above Vince. I don't know.
I'm perfectly fine with either because like he has a power. He's guaranteed to not go home next week, and technically, there's a chance Vince can go home next week.
Vince could go home next week, so I'm going to do that. Although Vince feels like the cult leader a little more, I'm going to put Zach up there.
Yeah.
Just to spite the showrunners for telling us Vince is the best player of all time. So this is our final list. Do we have any tweaks to make before we?
Well, you forgot to make the Wall Comp Wednesday tier list of who would win Wall Comp Wednesday.
Okay. Well, boy, do I have something for you. So here I have Adrian in S tier, and then above him I have Morgan.
Also, did you see the clip of Adrian on RHAP?
Yeah, where he didn't know who Taryn was while Taryn was on the call with him. That's really
Big.
embarrassing.
Well, remember, he's a super fan that loves Big Brother 16,
Yeah,
19, 21, and 22.
25
Or
as well.
20, 25. Sorry, not 21.
Yeah. God bless.
Oh, also, on the episode yesterday, Riley, who may I remind you, said that his family has watched Big Brother since he was like little, and they've grown up watching it, and they all watch it together. After having his HOH overthrown, said that he doesn't know if that has ever happened before.
It's happened.
It happened last season.
It's happened a
It's
lot of
happened other times. Like,
it's happened a lot of times. It's happened a lot of times.
get ready for a takeover.
What who did it happen to last season though? I actually forget.
Quinn hijacked Angela.
That's right. That's right. Well, who how do we know it's Quinn? It's it's not to bash Quinn. I can't believe he told people about that. I cannot believe he decided to just tell the entire house he had a secret HOH
Well,
takeover. What a
he told
ding.
two people, and then Chemo told people.
Well, wah, wah. So for our final list, we have Zach and Vince in A, Lauren and Rachel in B. Then we got Riley, Ava, Will, and Keanu up in C. We got Ashley, Catherine, Jimmy in D, Kelly in F. And in our new super F tier, we have Mickey and Morgan for greatly annoying us and tanking their game. So
Oh wait, also side note, something I forgot to mention. I don't even know if he mentioned it last week. Adrian left and he was on your draft. Jimmy, I believe, was on mine.
okay.
So
Uh,
we've both lost two people from our drafts. Or
I
did
think
you
it, I
did
think I had Jimmy and you had Adrian. I might have had them both actually. I don't know.
you had Adrian for sure.
I
I
did.
I feel like I'm pretty sure I
I
might
feel
have
like I
picked
picked Jimmy
Jimmy.
early.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I had Jimmy, and then
Oh well,
I
let's
might have had
see.
them both.
I know I had Morgan, Kelly, Keanu, Ava, Rachel, Lauren. Oh, actually, I think I have Vince and maybe I
I have
don't
Zach
know.
as well.
Well,
You have Lauren as well, and you have Rachel as well. That's bad. Um,
well,
I
at
think I
least
had Jimmy and Adrian. Did I not?
I know you had Adrian. You might have had Jimmy.
I did have Jimmy because you were like, "Wow, you got him early."
You also
Um,
picked Zay early, is what I remember. I don't know.
I'm not feeling a lot of hope in my draft. I actually like. I have
Well,
about none. This is bad. I
at
don't know
least
who I can rely on,
at least you still have Will.
and I have Riley.
You stirred it. If you win the draft for the Riley, I would kill myself.
Flynn won the draft with my roommate won the draft with Jag, so anything's possible.
Wait, who won your Big Brother Canada 11 draft with fucking Ty?
I had him last pick, baby.
Oh yeah, I was yelling at you for picking him last. I was like, he's like they're
It was
annoying,
the
but
week we drafted was the week Zach and him tried to quit. So right after that we drafted. So that is why he was last pick. All right. Um
well,
okay. With that, love one another.
it
Good night,
catches
have
me off guard every time you say it.
fun.